Yeah, I think I'm getting off for the night, Chief. All right, see you, Chief.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, given our current position of largely just waiting for stuff to cool, um, take it upon myself to check in on our crops. Which seem to be doing just great. That's fantastic, actually. Because they will ideally be getting exactly what they need to grow quickly. Which is wonderful. Got a lot of potassium crops, but I've got a couple of nitrate, and honestly, I've got one or two that does phosphorus. So I've got a lot of carrots, so it's going to be potassium, 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 nitrates. Where's my flax from? That also takes potassium. Well, fortunately, I have some boards put together, so go ahead and pick up some of our rain earth. Uh, just go ahead and I was gonna say, where's my shovel? Sets us up with something for roads. That will eventually turn into paths. I definitely need to get those ingot molds made up, which they're firing now. And then we'll begin a bit of metal working. Like the big one for a long while here is going to be more like I'd like to have a healthy amount of like copper axes, make a copper knife, just general like odds and ends to give me some options. Copper spear wouldn't hurt, although I think I'd prefer a tin spear. Tin bronze. At some point, I need a chisel. Making lanterns isn't a bad idea. Yeah, roaches, that's nice. Earth ready. forge by one tile this way. That way the roads line up. Daytime approaches. We're actually in a pretty good position. I think the big one for today is find a bunch of basalt stones and then grab a bit more clay probably. This is pretty much fully grown flax. That's nice to see. Charcoal. Yeah. This way I can keep track of all the basalt stones I pick up. Some city. Small black plant bushes that I have to leave alone so they can flower. I've already got a healthy number of bushes back at my house. No problem. Harvest just about any that are fully done. Because those bushes I am going areas off of them. Which I just think about stuff on tonight mostly. Largely, so cobblestone, we'll go with basalt. Basalt cobblestone takes 8 stones and some clay to make 2 cobblestones. So, in other words, I need a lot of stones. In other words, after I'm done doing this, we'll basically have to go mine. Alternatively, I have a pickaxe. There's food. Bit in this cave. As evident by the dirt. I'm sure that to you guys this is blatantly obvious, but to me, who it's been a couple days, you know, it's nice to take a walk around, get a feel for what else going on. Yeah, that's gonna be enough for 16 blocks for now. We'll go build this, put it in, and then come back. Blocks now. Golly, you can tell where my base has been set up for a while. It's a wildfire burned through it. Blew out most of the grass. That put in. I think I want one that's maybe 2 blocks wider. This is why I didn't cap off the road just yet. Nice. Got it. So I don't actually need the bushmeat, but I do want the rawhide so I can start. But I'll keep the bushmeat because it's for now. For now, we'll drop the bushmeat there. Just brush a little bit. Drop pretty much everything I'm not actively using right now, so this books a mark for the bones, because I can turn them into bone meal. So I do that one at a time with it. This rawhide, I want. I need animal fat to continue the process of turning it into pelt. So, unfortunately, there's not much I can do with it. But once I kill something maybe a little bigger, I can get some extra animal fat, and that will go a long way to getting us ready for winter and have pelts then. Start making pelt clothing or keep warm. Carrots. Okay, I'm gonna tinker with my visual settings again. Sync is turned on. Turn that off and set my max FPS to 60. So I won't have any screen tear because the refresh rate matches my monitor. I have no doubt in my mind that they won't like that. Carrots. Spelt. Sure. Mature spelt has the highest chance of actually giving seeds, which is really helpful. could mine this basalt cobblestone. I just don't want to. It's only chiseled. I feel like if I'm going to chisel anything, chisel stone. Knowing full well that tin deposits usually form caves. Extra. Tanning is made by mixing oak, acacia. Oh, it's just oak or acacia. Weak tanning can be made from oak, acacia. That's it. So you can salt hides or you can oil them. So rawhide can be used to make rawhide clothes, which aren't terrible. But you can also make oiled hides, which are curable. And eventually become a pelt, which of course can be turned into armor or fur coats, which offer +3, +4, +1.5. The hunter backpack, which I believe can be made by anybody. But it compared to my baskets only have 3, so I'd be getting 4 slots. That's not really enough for me to, strongly consider as an option. Fortunately. So I probably went mining further north than this, up where the high quality stuff is. Where the high quality stuff is about. Somewhere. I thought it was around here, but I'm not entirely sure. I definitely pulled samples from it. Not the cave, but the mining is big. It's really further north, so we can't find it. Do a little more mining today while I wait for my pit kilns to finish and crops to finish growing. Oh well, really do anything. Because they are taking some time. It's really a good thing to drop into, so I'll mine them from the side. And then we'll drop it. these up for stones. Okay. We're just picking rocks as we're down here. This heather field is I forget pretty often how pretty a lot of games I play are. Mostly because I'm not actually playing them. How pretty they are. What I can do with them. But it is nice just getting to see like how pretty some of them can be. It's for the east. Ooh, more turnips. These are all mature. Nice. Score. More turnips means more vegetable value. Eating a lot of fruit in my current diet. I can start eating more than just fruits. Fruits, greens, and vegetables are chicken comments an option. Chicken of the woods. Messy. I already have some kicking around, so having more is not bad. We're gradually getting closer to things I recognize. Yeah, like this stack of firewood. Oh, jeez. Guess we're probably not doing this job. Jeez. Much of these rocks as I put them back for now. Is that you guys see those like 4 blocks in the minimap? Something more. Can't tell what that is. Should anybody get backdrop? Oh. Okay. Interesting. So, a meteorite impacted some things. Interesting. I'll leave it. But that's interesting. What's going on down here? Fancy. Consider useful. Useful. Let's back up to the surface. Down. Ah, this is where that iron ore vein is. Stone. Yeah. I do hope that my mic is coming through. I don't want to turn it up too much in fear of catching the mic. Or the mic catching the fans I've got. Because our office is the hottest room in our house. So best to expose this real quick. Let's head on. I keep yapping about it, but my inventory is full. I'll be exploring adventure. Me. That's how much it burns on a full line. A block, but I can't find out. I have to break up the ground. Of course, I've got a bronze one in my backpack. It's not really mature spot. Oh, this is mature vibe. Sticks real quick. This rye brain. Same goes for this spelt brain. I don't actually have any use for this stuff. Ow. What did I do? Hit myself with a rock? Oh, really? Alright, let's put my torch out. That would have been bad. Mostly because I still need it. This red maple is so pretty. Really want to plant some around, like around the base. But I don't want to transplant it. I don't want to transplant it. So I'll stick with my regular decorative trees. Speaking of regular decorative trees, though, I do need to make a note of I don't know. Looks suspect to me. I'm pretty sure I've already been in. Yeah, I've already been in. Okay. Yep, hold on. The only crime of the curious, getting himself into you. Just take my happy ass back home. Travel with Savannah. This. All these basalt stones. 10 north. As well as what looks like here. Yeah, so that's a way out. Let's enlarge this. So I've actually used it to get out. I was just gonna say, probably won't hurt me out. Oh, there's those two triggers. Cool. Alright. So I can bury it. Yeah, that's major scotch. Let's go pop this 10 core. Oh, I drop and trade though. Frankly, my tongs are kind of a pain in the ass to remake. Do this red code and see if we can eat all of it. Not anywhere near it. But we'll burn it. We'll waste it. Let's keep an eye out, see if we can't find Mark 10. Mark 10 I can't find, the better. So we have more to make good drawings with. If I did already harvest most of my copper to make copper tools and such. Jeez. Some of these I feel like I should be taking damage from. That's not how do I solve it? Okay. Got the stones we need to finish the smithy. That's associated chiseling project. Looks one birch could be used for tanning. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about other things. I don't know. looks like I did. That's unfortunate. That or I dropped it somewhere else. Either way. This cooking pot can be put away in this total. I don't need this cassette right yet. Do need to get my shovel out. Dig up some flat. Just over there. Display. Game's not so bad without the monsters. Unfortunately, can't do much to actually stall them beyond what I've already done. How does it wind up so uneven? And then I actually need to put that in. Toss tower. Okay. I need to make more upgrades. Like this. Tongues in that offhand. Oh, I took out the copper button. Waiting on this copper ingot to warm up so I can shape it into a chisel. And chisel these cobblestones into the shape that I want. In the meantime, I have to put my extra seeds away. But, I mean, I got a decent amount of firewood. Not enough to really be going crazy with making oh, what's the word? Not enough to really be going crazy, making a whole bunch of stuff out. But let's see. Copper chisel. Space in the arms. Now, my trusty hammer and chisel. Now, I put that on. Oh, fair enough. Still, I can, looks pretty good. So if it requires solid ground to deploy water, then let's just make some solid ground here that I can use. Well, in that case, I probably could have marked these. Yep, just like that. Yep, and then, well, I guess the only way to test it really is to have that crucible full of material. Really? Not surprising. Totally annoying, but not surprising. Alright. Ow. Pop my back real quick. There's that single piece of straw. Put in. I'll take another one. Right. Really? Nothing? Fair enough. You get firewood in it. This probably isn't going to be enough charcoal. Fire more charcoal for this again. Which is fine. Fine. This way I can reach it. Alright. Right on. Let's go. Well, I suppose I could start with this 20 stack that then. Next ticket. I really wanted. Really wanted copper axe. I don't think that's gonna happen. I should have to make it a flint axe or basalt. Start looking at my credits and seeing that they're doing pretty good. Jeez. I know I could, you know, turn around and just immediately grab some granite to make a granite axe, but, you know, I don't like taking things for granted. I'm really funny. I'm really funny, guys. My dad is after on this side. That's probably not going to happen again, to be honest. Probably not this for a joke. Seems a bit one note. Is that what's that old saying? Something. You all gotta love it. So I don't need this too much on. I've already refilled my so back now. Drop off all of my sticks of garbage that I keep picking up. But you know, never mind. Extra turnips. Let's go on extra turnips. Yeah, unfortunately, like I really need to put my tools down. But I'm such a goober, I don't want to bring my tools with me because I think to need them. The chests for stuff. Unfortunately, what that really means is I'm just a goober and I've got a whole bunch of extra tools all the time. Of extra tools I'm not going to probably have to just set down, frankly. Oh, I was walking on top of the prison. Why can't I? Interesting. Got my buckets. The basalt can probably stay with me, although okay, I'm gonna do pillars in basalt. Righto, I don't actually need this clay kicking around. Yeah. Damn. Just got a bunch of stuff. I could probably turn those walnut logs into material for what I'm working on here, but I kind of don't want to, just in case, you know, I find out I want to use it for another project. So, instead, here I am just making oodles and caboodles of gray earth. Ooh, my seeds can be put out. At least this way I can go out. More do. This one's like they're just babies, though. I said that I not break that stick. Figure we'll do a little bit of lumber work and then call the episode after we start up our charcoal kiln again. I am my darling wife, some Snuggles. She's been absolutely phenomenal. And I just make sure she knows that. So she wound up painting a bunch of the house all by herself. Because she had a whole bunch of detail work she wanted to get done. And it was really good. I'll probably take something with a phone video or whatever and post that at some point. If y'all are interested after all. It's a healthy amount of pine to be fair. Gives us some flexibility when it comes to our options. We got some pine, got some maple. I know there's some birch in these woods. Go ahead and chop down a couple extra trees around. Just get us a whole bunch of firewood prepped up and ready. That way we can just fire up the charcoal kiln and be done with it. Shouldn't be too difficult. If I have any left over, just go ahead and keep it for building the house later. That's probably a healthy amount of lumber, to be honest. 4 stacks and some change. That's probably a respectable amount. Let me burn through an axe, actually. I've done on the ground, right? Yeah, there's no good way for me to get back out from that hole. Alright. I was gonna say, I mostly just wanted to check that hole and see if there was anything interesting in there, but there's no point. If I can't get back out, there's no point in even going in. So let's come down here. Alright, it's a whole bunch of firewood. And yet, for all that, we're barely filling this space. At all. Nowhere near anything. Alright, I'll have to cut more wood, I guess. Like that singular plant up there. I think that will leave in. I wonder how much health I'm knocking right now. Almost 19. It's not too bad. Yeah, so since each block of firewood takes 16 pieces to make the full block, it is a very intensive process to acquire and subsequently, put in all of that firewood. Which kind of bites. Taste what it makes. Fortunately, there's all of the wild produce around the country is either grown or close to it. That's what makes to see. Ooh, a walnut. I actually really like the way walnut looks. Totally sorry. It's like, it's like too thin. After I'm done getting this firewood, we're gonna go straight to bed. But not too early. Right back in the saddle, we can more content soon. You know how it is. Everybody wants to watch the game. Good number of sticks on this too. Oh, not doing too bad. Here. Yeah, Fortunately, with all the woods up here, we've got wood. On the lumber makes this a little easy. Something I was a little worried about going into the generation on the road. Ooh, that's a rooster. At some point, I don't know if animal traps are okay. Okay. Alright. So, next question is poultry also require a hen box, which is dry grass by boards. Okay. So that gives us some reason to do some things here. Knowing that there are chickens in the area, I could make some basket traps and start catching them. It won't save me yet, because I don't have any way to feed them, really. But I'm sure I can invest in getting that sorted. Shouldn't be too difficult for us to do. Yeah, there it goes. Let's go ahead and put this firewood in. So I need a stack and a little extra to finish it off. I do have extra seeds to drop off, so let's do that now. This pine seed can get planted nearby. Preferably somewhere I'm not going to mess with it too much. So we come over here. Bang. Yeah, definitely really nice to know that I've got chickens in me. That's going to be easy to start farming. Of course, it does mean I also need a freaking lot of cereals. There's copper done. So it's one hell of a deep pit. But there's copper. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Real quick. Just gonna go ahead and fly. This was a bad idea, and I will absolutely learn from it in future. But just to save us both some headache. Fly. And we'll get back to it. So, that is all of one saved by hand of God, more or less. Sometimes happens in place. I think that might be one of the hand of God moments that we're going to see. Mostly because I don't really want to do that all too often. It feels cheesy and hacky. Frankly, it feels like I'm cheating. I know that the answer is, duh, you are, but you know what? I don't appeal to doing that all too often. I just also don't appeal to haul an ass for several hundred years to go back into a hole in the ground to get my stuff back. Especially not when I don't have maintenance figured out, so I don't have nothing that's a big deal. That was pretty much the entire reason I had issues in Children's, because I couldn't see to get out. So, yeah, I mean, if y'all care, let me know. I will either, walk it back, or we'll figure out what to do about it later. But for now, our one and only hand of God mark is to save me from that hole. Probably would have been a pretty good spot to leave off the episode, though. Just pick up with me out of the hole or something. I don't know. I'm not really in this for. Not really in this for the big deal of it. Mostly doing this to have fun. Maybe make a little money if it actually gets big enough to do so. Which does remind me. Actually, where's my fire starter? I don't know. We can grab some dirt. No carrot seeds on that. Does it? Figured I would. Red earth. Just need some dry grass. Smoking, not the rest of it. Well, we'll let that do what it's gonna do. Think that probably about does it for our episode. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good one.